What's up, Periscope?
Ty Crandall here with Credit Suite. So today we're going to be diving in. We're going to be talking a little bit more about how to build your business credit. I'm going to be mapping out the exact steps for you to actually be able to build business credit for your business. So what we're going to be diving into today is we're going to talk about how to get initial credit when you have none. So if you've been following us here on Periscope, we've kind of talked a little bit about what business credit is. We've talked a little bit about business credit benefits. We've talked a little bit about the steps to build business credit. Hello, welcome back. Thanks for coming. So what we're going to do today is we're going to talk about actually how to get real credit that's not linked to your social, that's linked to your EIN without a personal guarantee, without a personal credit check. So I'm going to actually show you the initial, and thank you very much for the hearts, I appreciate it. I'm going to show you the exact accounts that will give you credit when you have no credit. So even if you're just starting a business, even if you want to start a business, and you're like, how am I going to fund this thing? I'm going to show you how to get credit that's linked to your EIN, not your social, by getting your initial business credit accounts, what are called vendor credit accounts. We're going to map this whole thing out. So to do a quick overview as people are joining, just to kind of give you an idea of where we are so far in this process, and thank you very much for the hearts, I really appreciate it. We're talking about business credit here. What we're talking about is I'm going to show you exactly how to start getting this. I'm going to show you accounts that will give you this initial credit even if you have no credit report now. So with business credit, is just a refresher, okay, you have a social security number that's linked to you. You have a credit report that's linked to your social. What we're talking about here is how to get credit today, how to get initial credit when you have none on this. Credit that's linked to your EIN, not your actual social. You can see here it's separate, right? You have a credit report that's linked to your social. You have a credit report linked to your business EIN. Your EIN is linked to your business. So today we're going to talk about exactly how to start getting this real business credit. Which creditors will give you credit when you have none? Now, again, to give you a brief overview of all the benefits of business credit, there's a ton. There's no impact on personal credit when we're talking about this kind of credit, which means the credit we're going to talk about today does not report on your personal credit report. So your personal credit report, 30% of its utilization and payment history. None of this credit reports here. It's all going to report on your business report, not your consumer report. Another huge benefit of business credit, there's no personal guarantee. You're not personally liable for what happens with this credit we're going to talk about how to get today. I'm going to show you how to get it without providing your social security number on the application. So you are not providing a personal credit check. You're not providing a personal guarantee. What you're going to like most about what we're going to talk about today is number 3, how to get credit fast. By the time you leave this scope, you will be able to apply and start getting credit for your business. Once you get this credit, which you'll immediately be able to get approved for, then it's going to report on the business credit reports within about 60 days. Okay, what's also cool about this kind of credit I'm going to show you how to get today is it has high limits. A lot of these initial accounts have $100 to $500 limits initially, and then within 60 days you start getting store credit cards for $2,000 to even $10,000. And it all starts with initial vendor credit accounts, which we're going to map into today, and I'm going to show you how to do. And again, another really cool thing is it doesn't matter if you're starting a business. It doesn't matter if you have collateral. It doesn't matter if you have any cash flow. None of this matters. You're still welcome to get the kind of credit we're going to talk about today, and I'm going to show you how to get. And then you're also welcome to get revolving store credit accounts, fleet credit accounts, all of which we're going to go in. And what's cool about this is it doubles your borrowing ability. So I'm going to show you today how to start getting accounts for your business credit report, and then you've got credits. And again, I appreciate all the love of the hearts. Thank you very much for that. And I'm going to show you how to get credit here that's not linked here. So you've got a personal credit report, you've got your business credit report, and now you can have a Staples credit card here and a Staples card here, and an Amazon credit card here and an Amazon card here, and a Walmart here and a Walmart here. You can only get 2 accounts at those kind of places if you have 2 credit profiles. Well, you can only have 2 credit profiles legitimately if you have one that's linked to your EIN and one to your social. I'm going to show you how to get this credit. Hello, Miss Jean. Thank you very much for coming to the scope today. So we're also going to be talking about the business credit is going to help increase the value of your business, make it easier to get investment money, give you a competitive advantage, and it's going to make you more lendable. This credit will determine whether you get approved for financing, how much you get, and the rates and terms you'll pay. And that's important because, again, anybody can see your business credit reports. So this is exactly what we're going to be diving into today, is how to get real vendor credit. So let me show you before we do this on the whiteboard, the real result. Okay, so we've really been blessed here on our scopes because we've had people generously on Facebook Live and Periscope provide us their information so we can look at their real business credit reports. We've seen good. We've seen not good. We've seen scores as low as 12 out of 100, which is really bad. We've seen scores as high as 92 out of 100, which is really good. And let me know that the 92 is a result of somebody coming on and following these exact same principles I'm talking about today. They did exactly what I'm going to teach you how to do today, and this is the actual result. I'm going to show you the real business credit report because it's Periscope and it's live, which is pretty cool. So here we go. So here's the result of somebody that actually followed the exact steps on one of our second or third scope, and I don't know if she's here with us today. If so, please give me a shout out because I appreciate you letting us use your company as an example. So she followed the exact steps I'm going to show you today, and I'm going to show you exactly in real life exactly what happens here. So what she did was come in and did exactly what I'm going to show you and got these accounts. You can see here there's a net 30 account, there's a net 30 account. She got these initial accounts, as I'm going to show you how to do, and then these created a business credit profile and score. See, $100, $400, $100, $100, okay? So she got these initial credit accounts, and then what happened was her credit score shot up, and I'm going to show you this, ba-boom. She went from not having credit at all, got these accounts just like I'm going to show you how to do today, and then whammo, credit scores skyrocketed, and then as a result of the skyrocketing credit scores, let's see what happened. What happened was she started getting these kind of accounts. $2,000, $4,000, $10,000. Hey! Hey, what's up? I'm sorry about that. Well, thank you very much, sir. I appreciate that. So, and you can correct me if I'm wrong here, but we're kind of using you as an example. And again, I really apologize for saying that any different. So the gentleman actually came in, got these kind of accounts right here, $100, $400, the small vendor accounts, $100, $100, and then all of a sudden with the established business credit profile and score was able to start jumping in to higher limit accounts as you're seeing right here in real time. Now, it can work the opposite also. Let me show you the opposite of what happens here, okay? So let me to me, and I'm going to show you exactly what happens here if you don't actually do that, if you don't build your business credit. I'm going to show you the other side. So we looked at what can happen on the good side. This gentleman was kind enough to let us actually use his company as an example. Let me show you the So why do you need to build business credit? Here's the other side. Here's somebody that has not built their business credit, and their score is 12 out of 100, which is very, very low. Okay, as a matter of fact, they're not even being recommended any credit from Experian because the score is so low. What did they do so wrong? What they did wrong was nothing. They don't have any credit at all. So they had one account that was a collection, which is right here. And because they had one account that's a collection and no positive, then now all of a sudden their score is tanked. So if you don't think business credit's important and you're thinking about building a business, this is exactly what you'll get. You'll get a low score because you have no credit profile. You'll get no money recommended from Experian or any other reporting agency. And then your ability to get credit is very, very low. So if I come back and look in comparison to what we actually just saw here, then we see the other side of this where somebody's recommended for over $20,000 in credit because they built their business credit. Thank you very much for the hearts. I really appreciate that. So this is what we're going to do. Now you saw real examples of both sides. You saw real examples of what happens if you don't focus on your business credit and how Experian and the bureaus don't like you. They don't recommend you for money. You're going to pay whoa, look at all those hearts. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. So you see exactly what happens on the bad side. You saw what happens on the good side. Somebody that starts with these accounts I'm going to show you how to get today. Thank you very, very much for all the love. That's awesome. Really appreciated. And I'm going to show you today how to actually get that. And well, thank you very much for coming on and letting me share. I appreciate it. I'm going to show you exactly how to get those initial accounts we saw in the real report. And then you're able to jump just like we saw here to $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, $10,000 accounts. I can't tell you how much I appreciate all this love for coming from a lot of you. That's so cool. Thank you so much. So let's get to it. Let me show you how to do this. So what I'm going to do today is build what are called vendor accounts. And I cannot tell you how much I appreciate all this love. So vendor accounts are companies that offer net 10 to net 30 terms, net 60. Now, we saw in a real business credit report right then and there, and I cannot tell you how much I appreciate this love. Keep it coming. Thank you so much. So these vendor accounts are not revolving accounts, okay? What happens is if you have a credit card that has a $1,000 limit and you have a $20 minimum payment on that credit card account, okay? Then what happens is you can pay the minimum payment and don't have to pay the balance off entirely. Initially, what we're going to get started with here are called vendor accounts. Thank you again so much for the love. Keep it coming. It's awesome. So and now with these vendor accounts, you've got 10 or 30 or 60 days to pay the account in its entirety. So if you put $1,000 on this account, then all of a sudden what happens is if you spend $1,000, you need to pay the account off in 10 days or 60 days, a net account. It's not a revolving account. But what's beautiful about these accounts is they're going to help you establish that initial business credit profile and score. Again, really, really appreciate the love. Thank you so much for doing this. Okay, so what's going to happen is we're going to go to some accounts here, and here's some right here. Uline, Quill, Monopolize Your Marketplace, and Gimplers, for example. So what happens is we're going to go to these accounts, and let me go back to the computer. I'm going to show you this in real time here. I probably should have even switched back to me when I walk back and forth. Wasting your time. Don't mean to do that. So I'm going to show you exactly how to do this. So what we're going to do is I'm going to pull up our example of what happens when you have no credit. Again, can't thank you enough for all the. So here we go. So here's somebody that has no business credit profile and score, bad credit score, no credit being recommended to them at all, right? And so what happens is they have no credit. And this is the problem. A lot of people say, well, why build business credit? I mean, you know, I just started my business. Well, so did this person. The problem is that since they have no credit and they had one bad account, now that bad account has tanked their ability to get credit, and we need to fix this. So how do we fix this? I'm going to show you a real example. And again, I'm going to go back to this gentleman who's on with us today, and I really appreciate you coming on with us. So we're going to come here and see exactly how he did it, because he's a perfect example. So he came in and got Uline and Quill, and I'm not saying those are the exact accounts that he received. Thank you so much for the love. But he got these small net 30 accounts. Remember I told you they're net 30, net 60. These accounts then reported to the business credit reporting agencies, in this case Experian. Because those accounts reported, he went from a low score to a boom, really high score, because he got accounts that paid him as agreed. This is the beauty of business credit. All you have to do to get to these high limit accounts, the 2,000, the 3,000, the 4,000, the 10,000, all you have to do to get here is get these little guys, these accounts at vendors that are net 30 terms, pay them as agreed. They report to bureaus like Experian. It immediately gives you a good score. We see boom, score skyrocket. And then because scores skyrocket, then you start being recommended here for high credit amounts, just like this credit limit recommendation. And then all of a sudden you coming in and you're getting boom, $4,000, $10,000 accounts. I'm going to actually switch it back. So it starts by doing this. So what we've got to do is this. We went through step one last week or a couple weeks ago. You build your credibility. You get a business address, a business phone. You get a website and an email address. You get your entity set up. And thank you again so much for the love. I really appreciate it. You make sure your listings are correct online. Now, if you're first coming here, you've never been on our scope, well, then go to creditsuite.com scope. Now, this says creditsuite.com/Periscope, but if you go to creditsuite.com/scope, you'll get access to our previous scopes where you can see where we mapped out these steps. And if you actually went to creditsuite.com/Periscope, then that would actually give you access to a free guide that maps this out. But we mapped out step 1 and 2 already. Then you get your business credit report so you can monitor what's going on. And then boom, here we are. So we've set up a credible business. Now we're going to go to these guys right here. Uline, Quill, Monopolize Your Marketplace, Gimplers. Well, Gimplers actually is Office Depot. I'll give you another one. Seton is another one. S-E-T-O-N. Let me see if I can write that right on here. Seton. Okay? So you can go, looks like a 5, so we'll do that again. Seton. So you can go to these type of companies right here, and they will give you credit when you have none. So what they're going to do is this. This is how we're going to do it. You made your business set up credibly. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to go to Uline as an example. We're going to find $50 worth of stuff at Uline. It needs to be $50 or more for the business credit reporting agencies to report it. You're going to put it in your shopping cart. You're going to go to checkout. And you're going to select the option that you want to apply for credit. If you get confused or lost, call Uline, and they'll walk through how to do this. When you do it, do not put your social security number on the application. You need to leave your social security number off of the application. What's going to happen is you're forcing them to not pull your consumer credit report. You're forcing them to pull your business credit report. Your business credit report is blank. There's nothing here. But these type of companies will still give you credit. Be careful with Seton. They will change payment terms on you without notifying you. Thank you very much, very much for telling us that. And you obviously have applied, so you know that this works. Probably, were you able to get approved? Give us some feedback. But it sounds like they changed the terms. You were able to get approved. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to Uline. We're going to get $50 worth of stuff in our shopping cart. We're going to check out, tell them we want to buy it on credit. We're not going to give them our social. That forces them to ignore our personal credit report. It forces them to pull our business credit report. Yes, you were able to get approved, following exactly the same steps. So good. Thank you for the feedback. We've got somebody here that's followed the exact same steps and had the success, which is awesome. So now they're going to pull the business credit reports. And then what they're going to do is they're going to give you an initial credit line, which isn't going to be much because you don't have anything established here. You're going to pay that $50 off within the terms they give you. If they tell you it's net 60, pay it off within the 60 days. If it's net 10, pay it off within the 10 days. Whatever term they give you, pay it off entirely. When it's paid off, they'll report to the business credit reporting agency, and whammo, your business credit report is established. Now, you're going to need to do this for about 4 accounts in order to have a business credit account established. You need to do this with a total of 5. I've given you a bunch. Uline, Quill, Monopolize Your Marketplace. No clue why I have Gimpler's there, okay, because Office Depot kind of had to merge there. And Seton. So you go to these, you apply, you've got to buy $50 worth of stuff or more at these creditors. You buy it, you pay the bill off within the term they give you, the net 10 to net 60. It takes them about 60 days on average for them to report to these guys, Dun & Bradstreet, Experian, and Equifax Commercial. Once they report, you can pull your business credit report and you'll see that it's established. Once you have this established, then you can move on to what we're going to talk about next week, which is how to get revolving store credit accounts. So here's some tips. First of all, do not give them your social security number when you apply. If you do, you will be having them pull your personal credit report, and you will also be giving them a personal guarantee. The key here is that you have to not give them the social, only give them your EIN number instead. That's a horrible EIN. That forces them to pull this and ignore this. So now your personal credit doesn't matter. No matter how bad it is, it doesn't matter because they don't have your social. So guess what they can't do without your social? Pull your personal credit report. Boom. So now we're getting these accounts. We don't have our social supplied, so there's no personal guarantee. You're not personally liable for this credit. Now again, you can go to creditsuite.com/Periscope, where I give you a free guide that maps out this exact same steps. Thank you very much for the hearts. I really appreciate that. It's awesome. Where does an EIN come from? It comes from irs.gov. You go right to irs.gov's website. Let's go back to the computer here. And let's go and actually let me show you exactly how this actually works. So irs.gov, irs.gov. We're going to go right here to irs.gov. And on irs.gov, we're actually able to come in here and you're able to get an EIN number right from here. Okay, you can probably even search right here, and we'll go to EIN and search right there. And you can go right there and apply for an employer identification number, and then here you go. This is exactly what you do it. Apply online now, boom. And now you're getting your actual EIN number, okay? I understand it's authorized. Let's go ahead and begin our application. And here you go. What entity did you set up? So you've got to have your entity set up first. So that begins the question of how do you set up your actual entity? Well, you go to your Secretary of State website. In Florida, it is sunbiz.gov. And if I went to sunbiz.org in Florida, and it's the Secretary of State, it's different for all your states, I would be looking at, this is our state website, and then what I want to do is I can come right down to somewhere here to start a business. Boom, I want to start a business. And here you go. Starting a business is going to tell you exactly what you need to do. And you can come in and you can set up your business registration. I want to do a for-profit. So there's a process. It's different on every state, and I'd have to actually take the time to go through on Florida and figure this out. Let's go to e-filing. Here we go. E-filing services, Florida Profit Corporation. And then we're going to come right here to Florida Corporation, and it's going to say, yes, I accept the terms. I want to go ahead and add a filing and pay fee, and I'm going to go ahead and set up a corporation. I'm now setting up a business right now. I am setting up a business in the state of Florida. I'm going to enter my principal address, my mailing address, etc., etc. Once I set this up, I have articles of incorporation. Then next I can go right here to irs.gov and actually set up my entity. You would want to choose a corporation or an LLC because it limits your liability. So once you've done that, now you've got your EIN, you've got to set up this stuff, which again, which one is best, an LLC or a corporation? Both of them are equally good with limiting your liability. And again, you can go to creditsuite.com/scope to get our last scopes. And when you actually do that, you can go through and then you can actually get the other ones where we went through step 1 and 2. So then you make sure your business is set up credibly, you go through our scope and get your access to your business credit reports, and then you go in here. You apply for Uline, Quill, Monopolize Your Marketplace, Gimpler, Seton. Thank you very much for the love. You leave your social security number off the application. You force them to pull your business credit report. You buy $50 worth of stuff or more, and then you come in, you pay the account within the term, net 10, net 20, net 60. It then reports to your business, to your EIN on your business credit report, which is right here, and then your credit's established. And from this, Equifax Commercial is the third reporting agency. There's 3. There's Dun & Bradstreet, which is the biggest. Experian, second biggest. Equifax Commercial, not really big players whatsoever with them. So you can come through, and once you've done this, then you're good to go. Now you have an initial business credit report and score that's not linked to your social, but it's linked to your EIN with these guys. Okay, now in the next scope, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about how to go from getting these initial accounts on your report to actually getting real revolving store credit. Nice? Yeah, super cool. What's super nice is, again, this credit has no personal guarantee. It doesn't report on your personal credit report. You can get these accounts right now. You can leave the scope, and as long as your business is set up credibly, you can go to these sources right now doing exactly what I told you, leaving the social off the application and get approved for initial credit. Step 2, buy $50 worth of stuff or more. So register with the credit bureaus. I have a DUNS number. If you have a DUNS number, you don't need to register for the credit bureaus. If you don't, we talked about this in step 2. You want to go ahead and apply for your free DUNS number with Dun & Bradstreet. Yes, it's free. They're going to try to call and email you, and they're going to try to pitch you. And just so you know, they've called and emailed me. And what I've done is I've set up a call tomorrow morning to talk to them. I'm going to let them pitch me. I'm going to record the actual call, and I'm going to be able to play it back so everybody can hear exactly what their pitch sounds like, okay? As long as they meet me on the appointment time, then that's exactly what I'm going to do. So in step 2 here, you got your DUNS number. Then you can come in and start getting these actual business credit accounts, spend $50 or more, leave your social off the app, and then again, these will, within 60 days approximately, report to that business credit reporting on your business credit report, and go from there. Somebody's saying, what business? Question doesn't. So I can't answer it because I don't know what you're asking about what business. Okay, so that's exactly how you do it. So in this scope, we've done a lot, right? We looked at a business credit report that's not so good because somebody didn't have business credit. We looked at a gentleman's credit report that does have good business credit, followed the exact same steps of getting small trade lines, then got those reported, went from low score to really, really high score. Okay, and now what we're going to actually do is we're actually going to come in in next week's scope, and we're going to start getting revolving store credit. I'm going to show you how to get Staples accounts, Lowe's accounts. I'm going to show you how to get Amazon. I'm going to show you how to get Walmart business credit accounts. I'm going to show you how to get Sunoco and BP and everywhere in between, Amazon, all those type of things. Can I get a car with my EIN or business? Yes, kind of. There are some companies that will lease you vehicles based on your business credit quality, but a lot of them still require a personal guarantee. You have to have a ton of credit established to get around the personal guarantee on an actual a vehicle. Somebody's saying, legal? Is this legal? Yeah, it's absolutely legal. You could go to Inc., you can go to Entrepreneur, you can go to SBA, and any of them, if you search business credit, they're all going to give you details of the importance of your business credit. I'm just giving you the steps that they won't give you, but any of those sources will tell you it's absolutely legal to do. I really need a car ASAP. The problem with that is you're going to have to do a lot of business credit building before you get a car, regardless of personal credit. But if you build your business credit following the steps and you have a good credit profile and score, then call some of your local dealerships and see if you can get a credit in your EIN name and ask them if you've got some credit issues, if it'll be an issue if you've got good business credit. And chances are good that you will be able to get it. They're still going to probably look at your personal credit. They still might require a personal guarantee, but if your business credit's good, it really offsets the fact that your personal credit isn't good. So again, a lot of things we've done in this scope so far. I'm going to set up a dummy business. Well, I wouldn't call your business dummy. That's not nice. But no, I understand exactly what you're saying. A lot of people build credit for their business that they don't actually plan on doing a lot of operations with. Is there a way to get around your Paydex score without their monthly fee? No. From what I know, you have to actually pay Dun & Bradstreet to get your Paydex score. Now, you can go and do a consultation with us, which is creditsuite.com/consult. Thank you very much. I appreciate the great job, Andy. So if you go to creditsuite.com/consult, we will get you a free copy of your credit safe report. We'll go over your Experian report with you at no cost, but we don't have access to D&B for free, so that's something you'll have to actually pay for. So a lot of information here today we went over on this scope. Now you know exactly the accounts to apply for to build your initial business credit profile and score. You said $50 is the fee. For Dun & Bradstreet, they're usually less than $50. How long to build it? Like 3 to 6 months. You could get a vendor credit immediately. I requested a free DUNS number. Sorry, I had so many comments come in at once, I just lost it. So finish up. You requested a free DUNS number. Perfect. It'll take you about 2-3 weeks to get. They'll try to call and upsell you. Don't pay. You don't need to pay them unless you want to. How much is D&B? The credit monitoring is usually less than $50 to actually get like 20 grand in credit. You'll get way more than that with business credit. Credit accounts are about $2,000, $4,000, $5,000 limits. On this, thank you, man. I appreciate you saying we're the real deal. That's awesome. So you got yours for free. It took 30 days. They're going to tell you it takes 30 days because they want you to buy it. They want you to buy the DUNS and pay for it, but you don't have to. How does business credit affect purchasing property? It really doesn't if it's residential, but if you're purchasing commercial, it's a really big deal. Somebody said I got mine free. Dun & Bradstreet, the DUNS number is free. You can go right now to free DUNS number online and get your free DUNS. I've been following for months on YouTube, and this is my first scope. Great job. Thanks, man. Well, now we're building business credit in real time. And I'll let you know what we're going to do on Periscope. Now, when I'm done mapping out these steps, we're going to do this. We're actually going to do it. We're going to start a business from scratch on Periscope, and I'm going to walk you through with the real business and show you exactly how this works. No more talking about how it works. Actually show you physically how it works. So first, I want to get everybody caught up to speed. Thank you very much for the hearts and the love. I really appreciate that. Is Amazon FBA legitimate business? Amazon, yeah, you can have an Amazon business. I think that's what you're asking. Go to nav.com. You can monitor both D&B and Experian Business Plus Personal for $30. You got to be careful with NAB because the issue is those aren't really fully your business credit reports. They're snapshots of your business credit reports, which isn't a bad thing. You're just not getting full access to your actual business credit reports, just so you know. But NAB's very good and one of the cheapest for actually giving you snapshots. Also be careful because when they talk about business credit building, they're giving you access, and thank you very much for the hearts and the love. They're giving you access to a lot of accounts, but they're not telling you what accounts to apply for in what order, and that's what we'll get into on these scopes. That's a big deal. A lot of companies out there that I've seen, there's not a lot in the credit building space, but the ones I've seen, the problem is they tell you that you can apply for all these places like Staples, Uline, whatever, but they don't tell you the order to apply in. And that's what makes business credit successful. If you apply for credit in the wrong order, you'll get denied, and that's where people get really frustrated. So just keep that in mind. NAB's great to get snapshots of your business credit reports, but if you're trying to build business credit with them, it's tough because they'll give you access to all kinds of places, but they don't tell you which one to apply for in what order. They don't tell you to not include your social. They don't give you a lot of those important details, which we found are the make or break difference between being successful. So again, a lot we're going to be doing here together on Periscope. Next week, we're going to be talking about store accounts, how to actually get revolving store accounts. We're going to be talking about a lot of revolving stores you can start to get business credit with. What business can you recommend? What type of businesses are profitable? Whew, that's a loaded question. I'll get to that. Exactly. I get credit for business, send an email, but scared to apply. And does this throw up a bunch of red flags with certain agencies? Okay, so no, there's no red flags. This is legitimate. Your business has a credit profile just like you do as a person, so there's no red flags for building this kind of credit. Can you have multiple signers for one business? Yes, you absolutely can. Somebody asked what type of business to open. Loaded question, no clue. Depends on what you're passionate about. If you really want to own a legitimate business, you got to figure out what you're passionate about. I'm passionate about this because I owned a business that failed, and I personally guaranteed all of the things with my personal credit, and it almost pushed me to personal bankruptcy. So when I realized business credit existed, it became my passion to educate entrepreneurs and let you decide whether or not you wanted to have that same liability. Is it difficult to get business credit for credit repair companies? No, it's not. There are no restrictions on industry for business credit as there are many other things. It might be tougher to get a loan for credit repair, but that's not because you're in credit repair. It's because you're in financial services. I'm in financial services. I'm considered high risk for business loans too because insurance agents, real estate agents, anybody dealing with business loans or loans, anybody dealing in credit repair, we're financial services. So we are high risk because of that. So loans are a little tougher, but anybody in credit repair, real estate, any other trucking, any kind of industry can build business credit successfully. So I appreciate all the questions and the love. It's my mission in life to be able to help you obtain capital for your business, even when you can't get loans, and business credit's a great way to do that. You don't need to have good credit. You don't need collateral. You don't need cash flow to actually get business credit, which is like ridiculously cool. So that's one of the reasons you definitely want to dive in. So next week, we're going to talk about all the stores that offer revolving business credit accounts. We're going to look at exactly what's involved to get Staples and Lowe's and Home Depot and Sam's Club business credit cards after you followed this step that we talked about today. So if you haven't already, go to creditsuite.com/scope. If you missed our other scopes, go through step 1 and 2. Somebody's saying, I have an EIN from New York where I currently live, but we'll be moving to another state. No big deal. You could still build business credit, even if that's the case. So if you did miss the other scopes, thank you very much for the loves. I really appreciate that. And thank you for the shares. I had some people share on Twitter, which is awesome. So if you haven't done the first 2 steps, go to creditsuite.com/scope or go to creditsuite.com/periscope for the free guide that maps out the process. Go through step 1. Make sure your business is set up credibly. Get your DUNS number in step 2 for free. And again, in the future scopes, I'm going to tell you exactly what their pitch sounds like. You do not need to pay for your DUNS number. When are you scoping again? I will be on next week. Probably my intent's to be on at 4 o'clock next week, and we'll be diving into revolving credit. Once you've got the DUNS number, thank you very much for the hearts. Really appreciate it. Then follow the steps we talked about today. Mapped it out. Remember, this is going to be live on Periscope for the next 24 hours. When they take it down, we put it on our creditsuite.com/scope page so you can go back. And then you can follow the steps today, get real vendor credit account that will build your business credit profile and score. And from there, you're then going to be in a position where you're going to be able to pick up where we are next week, which is to start getting real revolving credit accounts. To the whiteboard one more time, and then we'll go ahead and do a summary and wrap. So again, today what we talked about was how to get credit accounts with Uline, Quill, Monopolize Your Marketplace, Gempler, Seaton. Thank you so much for the love. I really appreciate the hearts. And this is exactly how you do it. You make sure the business is set up credibly with a legitimate business address, phone number, website, business name, entity, licensing. Then you get your DUNS number for free. You can go to Google and type in free DUNS number. They will call you and email you and try to upsell you. You do not have to ever call them back or email them back. If you do, they won't be able to pitch you, and you'll get your DUNS number in the mail in about 2 to 4 weeks. Then you go into these creditors: Uline, Quill, Office Depot, which is actually Gimpler's, Seton, Monopolize Your Marketplace. Start getting real credit. Can my email be Gmail or Yahoo? Absolutely no, it cannot. It needs to be a professional email address. My advice is to go to GoDaddy, spend $12 and get a professional domain and use that email. And again, if you missed that on our first scope, go to creditsuite.com/scope. You can get our other scope where we covered that. You can also go to creditsuite.com/Periscope and get our scopes there, or get our actual guide that'll map that out. Once you set up the business credibly, get the DUNS. Then again, you come down, you get Uline, Quill, Monopolize, Gimpler, Seton. You start getting these kind of accounts. You're going to need about 3 to 5 of these kind of accounts. You're going to use and spend $50 worth of stuff or more on these kind of accounts. Pay the bill as agreed. Remember, when you get to credit, leave your social off the application so you don't have a personal guarantee. Then those will report within about 60 days to these guys, D&B, Experian, Equifax. That'll give you the initial business credit profile and score, and that will bring you to the final. The next step, which is to start getting revolving store credit account. We'll be going over next week. So I should be back on Periscope next week at 4 o'clock. And if you missed what we did last week, we'll be diving into some of that on Facebook Live tomorrow at 11 o'clock a.m. So if you aren't already, subscribe to us, creditsuite.com. I gave you a bunch of links. At the top of our website, creditsuite.com, you'll find our link to our YouTube and our Periscope and our Facebook. And if you like us and follow us there, you'll see we have tons of content, as well as our our Facebook Live, which we do weekly, and our Periscope Live, which we do weekly. And we'll be able to walk you through this entire process, and you're going to get a lot of cool information. So again, thank you very much for joining us today. Make sure, remember, this is worthless unless you take action. So make sure you dive in, have followed the steps so far, and start getting your real vendor credit account so we can move from there. What days are the Facebook Live? The Facebook Live takes place Thursday at 11 o'clock Eastern. That's it. Facebook Live is Thursday at 11 o'clock Eastern. If you like our Facebook page and you go to our Facebook page, then you'll be able to easily come in, and about 11 you'll see us go live. You'll probably be notified, and then you'll also see us go live. If you don't know how to get to our Facebook page, go to creditsuite.com, top right, click on Facebook icon, and then just like our page, and you'll get notified of our Facebook Lives. And we cover different kind of content, all different types of things. As a matter of fact, this week I'm about to put a whole other whiteboard right here. See how this is blank? It's going to be a huge new whiteboard to give me even more space, to give you even more details using multiple whiteboards. So a lot more good stuff to come. Thank you very much for, first of all, showing up today. Second of all, for that stuff right there, which is cool. All the likes. I love that. That's so awesome to give me all the hearts and love. Thank you so much. And I really appreciate all the comments and questions. Very interactive group. Thank you. I really appreciate you coming on today. I think it was awesome having you all and getting a chance to share, and you sharing back with me. I think this really means a lot to me. So I really appreciate you coming on with us live today. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap up. I've taken enough of your time. Follow the steps we talk about. I will see those of you that show up to Facebook tomorrow live at 11 o'clock. And then I will also see you all back here next week at 4 o'clock. All these times are Eastern because I'm here in Tampa, Florida. How can I rewatch this? If you're on Periscope, when this shuts down, it will leave it live on the page for 24 hours for you to watch. And we have a website, creditsuite.com/scope. And on creditsuite.com/scope, we put back on all of the actual scopes after we're done, so you can get them historically. So even when Periscope takes them down, then we still have them there, so you can go back through our archives. That's creditsuite.com/scope, creditsuite.com/periscope to actually come in and see us there. And also, just so you know, we are having, if you do want to work with us directly, work with me, work with our team to help you through this process, we are having a flash sale this week where you can actually get 30% off of our normal coaching, which is awesome. We don't do these a lot. So if you are interested in working with us, then give us a call or email us, and we'll talk to you about more details. You get a third off, and it's actually cheaper to work with us than it is for you to build business credit on your own, because we give you free experience from our business business access. We give you your 411 listing for free. There's so much stuff that we give you as part of our program that you will pay for when you build your own business credit. That it's actually cheaper to work with us and have our advisors and team help you and then use our technology to go through this process than it is to do it on your own. And thank you very much for all the hearts and love. I appreciate it. So if you want more information on that, call us 877-600-2487, 877-600-2487. You can also email us info@creditsuite.com. That's info@creditsuite.com. And we'll tell you about our flash sale, which goes through tomorrow. We get 30% off our coaching. And at that point, it literally becomes cheaper to work with us than to try to build your business credit on your own. And if you haven't seen our SICK technology, it's pretty rad. And it'll actually help you through the entire process of building your business credit. And you work one-on-one with our advisors and me and my team. And we'll actually help you through this process. So again, don't get me wrong. You're getting all kinds of free content. And we'll continue to put the free content out there if you want to do it on your own. But if you want to do it cheaper and actually work with us through the process, we'd love to do that. Do you already go over the link for the phone lines and email for setting up your business? How much is the coaching? It varies. We've actually got different programs that vary wildly in pricing, of like thousands of dollars difference between the two or three. And our monthly payments are typically about $500 a month, but we'll work with you on that. So what way that we look at it is it's all about affordability. If you want to build your business credit, we'll work with you. We've got very, very, very low monthly installments, which will help you. We'll work within your budget. So all you have to do is just let us know that you're interested. And then what we'll do is we'll talk to you about what makes sense for your budget. And we'll introduce you to the best program that works and work out payments that make sense for you. And can I have two businesses in the same building but different suites? You absolutely can. Your DUNS number is linked to your address. So if you have two different addresses or two different businesses that are different addresses with suites, you can do that. So again, that's 877-600-2487, 877-600-2487, or info@creditsuite.com. And that's where you can actually talk to us a little bit more about our coaching. It's cheaper than you're going to build your business credit on your own and work with me and our team, and we'll go through it. I'll even show you in other scopes our actual technology that you can use to build your business credit, which is pretty awesome. It makes it super simple for you to actually go through and do it. And I look forward to sharing with you again next week at 4 o'clock Eastern here on Periscope, tomorrow at 11 o'clock on Facebook Live. What about home businesses? Bad or good? Fine. You just can't use a home address. You need to get a business address, virtual address, UPS address. I have my AIN business credit website. How do I get funding? Well, it depends. There's a lot of different ways to get funding. We'll cover this in other scopes. If you have collateral, or if you have cash flow, or if you have good credit, you can get an immediate loan. If you don't have good credit, cash flow, or collateral, then you're going to have about 10 or 15 business credit trades where you're going to start getting fleet and cash credit, which is probably what you're asking about. So those are your options. You need good credit, cash flow, or collateral to get business loans. Or if you don't have that, we're going to have to get your business credit trade accounts up to about 10 or 15 where you can start getting those other kind of accounts. So I really am glad everybody joined us today. For those of you just showing up now, that's awesome, man. Thank you very much, William. I appreciate that. I love you too. Appreciate you checking us out. So for those of you just showing up now, thank you for the love again. For you, those of you just showing up now, this is going to end right now, but you can go back and see the playback on Periscope for the next 24 hours. And thank you for sharing on Facebook. That's awesome, Brooke. Thank you very much for that. That's so cool. So again, for those of you just showing up now, we're just wrapping up. You can go to Periscope. They're going to play this for 24 hours where you can access it. You can also go to creditsuite.com/scope, and at creditsuite.com/scope, you'll actually be able to access our previous scopes that we've done before this as well. Thanks everybody very much. Look forward to seeing you tomorrow on Facebook Live at 11 Eastern and on Periscope next week, next Wednesday at 4 o'clock, where we'll be diving in how to get revolving store credit accounts for your business. Link to your EIN, not your social security number. Thanks everybody. Awesome that you came. Thank you for the questions. Thank you for the hearts and the love. That was so cool. I had a great time. Hope you did too. Look forward to talking to you all next week. Thank you very much, everybody. Have a great day.